So today we're going to have a look at two different mind mapping software solutions. Two of my favorites are MINDOMO, which is a entirely web-based solution for mind mapping. It is great in that you can do everything through a web browser from multiple different computers quite easily. All of your files are stored in the cloud and they're very easy to share to other people. Essentially, you could think of it in the same way that you'd work with Google Docs or Google Sheets. And I believe it even integrates with Google Drive so you can store and organize your MINDOMO files inside of your normal Google Drive hierarchy. It's a fantastic product. We're going to have a look at that. The second one that I quite like to use is called MINDJET Mind Manager. And MINDJET's Mind Manager, the version that I use is a Windows desktop application. I believe it does have some online support, including some ability to publish to the web and share files, but it is much more for local use, much better for single user or team environments or on an intranet. And we're going to have a look at both of them so you can sort of compare and contrast. Let's have a look at MINDOMO Professional first. Now, the first thing that you see once you've logged in, I've logged in using my Google account. And the first thing I see is a list of all the mind maps that I have created. It's got some basic organization. I end up with a home page. I can create files and folders and put things into different places. And I use this system quite a bit at different times and for different projects. So if I go into, for example, my Brojo project folder, I go into some tips that I've put together for an article that I'm writing, you can see this is essentially what a mind map looks like. It is essentially has a central node with a tree-like hierarchy of other nodes that come off of it with sub-branches, sub-branches, sub-branches. And you can do quite a bit in terms of styling. You can do quite a bit in terms of coloring, grouping nodes like this with this type of frame. You can also quite often attach notes, sometimes videos or web links directly to different nodes within your map. And I find this very, very, very useful for certain specific things, such as writing an article where I want to track the references that I have found for long-term tracking, doing product evaluation where I want to research 10 different versions of the same type of product, and I want links to all of the different articles, videos, references, pricing sheets, and so on. There are, besides actually making it easy for you to record notes, one of the greatest strengths of a mind map is it allows you to easily reorganize things. So if I say I want to recreate a new topic here, and I want to move some nodes over to it, it's literally just drag and drop. And this is all being done right now in Google Chrome. So I end up with a lot of ability, including I can undo things, I can restyle things, I can visually shift things around just because I want to visually shift them around. There are different styles and templates that allow this to work really, really well. Now, as I mentioned, one of the best features of MINDOMO is that the files, the data are all stored online, which means that it's very easy for me to share that with someone else. All I have to do is share it, and this is the link that I would share. You can see it's quite well encrypted. No one's going to guess that. And no one needs to have an account to view and access my mind map. Basically, they will get a read-only version of this same console. They won't have the ability to change anything, but they can navigate through my mind map, which means that I can actually publish these maps as part of course content. I can publish them as part of articles. I can publish them in the notes with a YouTube video. I can publish them in all sorts of different places, and it gives me a way to easily add and extend and update as much as I want. I've also pasted in quite a few different links here. So for example, if I wanted to say, here's a link to Headspace, I can simply click that link and it will open it up. I can also embed some images in here. There are none in this particular mind map, but you can paste images. They appear in a small version. You can even do little handwriting sketches if you really want to. There's a lot of different capability here. MINDJET Mind Manager works very, very much the same way, but as I mentioned before, it is friendlier in the application type mode. I believe there is some sort of interactive display capability through a web browser where I can take a map, I can publish it to a server somewhere, and then I can share that link with other people to view it. But if you are looking for online use, I would strongly recommend you use the MINDOMO approach. With MINDJET Mind Manager, I find it very, very useful for dealing with extremely large maps, such as project maps. It also allows me to do all sorts of additional diagram types. Here's an onion diagram, here's a timeline. So it's a more general purpose kind of graphical creative tool. There are a lot of things I have not played with here, so I don't really know what a lot of these things do anymore. I have most intensively used Mind Manager in previous incarnations. So I used it very, very heavily about 4 years ago, and I have not used it as heavily since, but it has added a lot of new capabilities. One thing that I really like is the ability to use this right side panel to mark things. So I can identify things as being different priorities. I can use little task tracking. That's partly done. That's half done. Now it's completely done. I have all sorts of different icons, flags, arrows, different things that I can do to indicate where things are at. So, and as a tool for tracking projects, I've actually found Mind Manager to be quite useful, and I've used it for very, very large projects where it allowed me to deal with a continually evolving software project specification and to track what I needed to clarify, what I needed to talk to their team about, what I needed to do research and development on. I could color code and track everything, and it gave me a very nice way. I could zoom in and out of my map and see what was going on, focus in on an area that I needed to do more work on. As I recall, in the previous version of Mind Manager, one of the features that I would really have liked to see is the ability to either have multiple maps in the same file and to be able to drill down into them, like a project feature set, for example, or to link multiple maps together more efficiently so that I can go back and forward between them. And at the time, it did not really have good capabilities. I am hopeful that it has improved in a big way. That would be one of the best things in Mind Manager. Now with MINDJET, you can effectively do that simply because I can paste links in and because every mind map is already a link. So I could copy this link and I could paste it into another map, and I would have essentially a one-way cross-reference link. For more information, click here and it would take me there. And I quite like that. One final thing to mention about MINDOMO's collaboration capabilities is that if you create a map, you can invite people to edit it. Now that's a very powerful feature because it means you essentially have a collaborative environment even though only one person is using a paid account. However, they will only be able to edit maps that you have created. They will essentially not be able to create their own maps. So in that way, it is quite limiting. However, for say a school project or putting together a piece of research paper, or for example, perhaps you're evaluating different homes that you might be looking at and you want to give your partner and your friends and your real estate agent the ability to add notes into your map, that is all possible using MINDOMO. Let's have a look at pricing. Now with MINDOMO, because it is a completely hosted software as a service, you are paying a monthly or annual fee. Currently, the free version only allows you to have 3 mind maps, and you'll find you use those up very quickly. However, it is a great way to test out the product, test out all of its different sharing and collaborative editing features. It is fantastic for that. Now you can go quite a bit further than that. I use this account, which is known as Premium Single User, and it gives me a lot of different types of chart types, as well as an unlimited number of them, the ability to create folders and organize them in useful ways, export as PDFs, import from other file types, There's a lot of capability. Now, there is a desktop application that comes along with this, but essentially it is, from what I can tell, it is just a wrapper around a web browser client. It doesn't feel any different or any better than using Chrome does to me, so I don't use it, although they may continually be improving that. I haven't looked at these more advanced plans. Keep in mind this is in euros, so €6 per month. Multiply that out for a year, you usually get charged on a 1-year basis. And there might be a discount for the 1-year basis as well. However, it's been worth every penny. I've really enjoyed this product. Mind Manager is installed software and is charged one time at a one-time fee. For Windows, $349 for a single Mind Manager license. You can install that on more than one machine that you own. So for example, I have a copy of it on my desktop computer and I have a copy on my Microsoft Surface tablet as well. The Macintosh version is cheaper. I do not know why that is. I don't know if it is any different or if it just happens to be a different market with different pricing expectations, but that distinction is quite significant and a bit surprising to me. It makes me wonder if there are any features or any major distinctions in what Mind Manager for Mac is actually capable of. So I would double check that before you consider buying it. It may be in fact a more limited version of the product than what I just showed you. So in summary, mind mapping software is a fantastic tool, particularly if you are frequently gathering lots of information and organizing it into structures for creative projects or for team collaboration projects or for project management in general. I'd highly recommend that you give it a try, explore the capabilities, and see if it works for you.